Orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. Oh no. Can I do it just like this? Well, crud and a half. Nobody's here yet. I'm trying to get the orientation back. Well, this is no good. Told you guys I didn't know what I was doing when it came to a. Got me a little tripod and everything for this stream, and it won't let me put the phone sideways. Well, let's see if we can mess with some settings here. We got one person here, and I'm trying to go to the live on my iPad so I can see the chat, because I can't see the chat. Oh, I can on the phone. What's up, Aaron? How are you doing? Bear with me a little bit. I'm just getting all this figured out. First live stream, so yeah, I don't do good with technology. So anyhow, I'm just learning that I can't turn my phone side. Yes, I do fly. This is my plane back here. This is November 594 Papa Foxtrot. She's a Cessna 150, a 1974/75 model, Model M, little two-seater. And once we get a few more people in here, we'll get into it a little bit more. I'll introduce you guys to Papa Foxtrot here. So, sounds good, man. Check out the channel if you want to see more about the plane. Yeah, I do definitely fly her a good bit. So, thanks for dropping in. Let's see if we can't figure out a way to deal with this camera situation. Now we're up to 6 people. Awesome. Well, I apologize so far about the orientation. I don't know how it's coming across on your devices that you're watching on. If you're on a laptop, a computer or whatever, I'm not sure. Wow, already up to 15. So welcome everybody. How you doing? What time is it? I don't want to get started. We're dead at 6 o'clock, so why don't we get started? If I can get my phone to cooperate. Like I was saying, I got a tripod for this thing, and was all ready for it, but now that I have to do vertical, yeah, that's kind of messing with me. Hey Macy, how you doing? Do I own it? Yes, I do own 4 Papa Foxtrot here. She is mine. Anyways, we've got 10 people in here, and so I'll go ahead and get started. How's everybody doing? I'm Frank from the YouTube channel Just About Aviation. Of course, you're already on here. This is my plane back here. November 594 Papa Foxtrot. She is a 1975 Cessna 150 Model M. And yeah, she is mine. I've had it now for about 2.5 years, I believe. So, let's see. How long does one take to afford it from zero? Well, as I was saying, I bought it about 2.5 years, maybe 3 years ago. What's up, Crazy Potato Bud? How you doing, man? I bought it about 2.5 years ago or so. The market was a lot different back then. And when I purchased it, it wasn't that far off from the price of a bass boat. probably a little cheaper than some of the Schwanky bass boats. But but yeah, I mean, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, now if you were to buy this thing now, you're probably looking around 40, 50,000 dollars. So how fast does it go? Past 500? No, she cruises right around 90 to 100 mile an hour. Um, she's definitely not fast. So, but anyways, yeah, the market has definitely changed on 150s. Everything's gone up. So it's about doubled in price. Like I was saying, anywhere from about 40 to 60, 70,000 for something like this now, which is insane. Um, let's see. No, not the millions. Excuse me. Apologize for that. No, there are definitely aircraft out there that cost millions. This is my first aircraft, and it will probably be my only aircraft due to the prices that we're just talking about. Um, I mean, if I were to jump to the four-seater version of this, the 172, you're going to be getting close to $100,000 for something like that, and you're still talking about an aircraft that's possibly pushing 50 years old, like this one is. Um, but SR22, yeah. Okay, now you're pushing closer to a million on something like that. But the nice thing about this 150 or 150s in general are the low operational costs. Um, she sips fuel. Uh, I can get just under 5 gallons an hour leaned out versus just a 172. You're looking at around 8 gallons an hour. And when gas is anywhere from $6 to $8 a gallon, that tends to matter. Maintenance on this is relatively cheap. It's one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, to maintain. So, Van's RV6. Now, see, now there you're getting into something totally different. That's the experimental class. And with experimental class, your parts are cheaper. You can do a lot of the work yourself. Can it perform stunts? Okay, this is the 150, not the 150 Aerobat. Now, this does have the spin kit installed, and actually, shoot, let's go take a look. To be honest, it's really just some stops. So let me switch here. All right, it's a little dark here, but this thing right here, this stop that hits that little bumper right there, and I guess that bumper. And now this is what I'm being told. I'm not a mechanic or anything. And then again on this side, this one's harder to see because it's dark right here, and there's the stop. But having those installed is what I was told rates it for doing spin training. As far as doing barrel rolls and loops and stuff, nah. I prefer to keep the wings on it. So, let's see. Do you have the Stoll kit or is it factory? I believe it's factory. I think the Stoll kit has those exaggerated curved wingtips. So let's take a look here. And mine, I don't drastically come down. So no, I don't think I've got the Stoll kit. I am still new to this, being a pilot and owning an airplane game, so I don't tend to know everything. So let's see here. What do I have for avionics? Avionics, I have basic. Basic six-pack. She's a VFR aircraft, not rated for instrument. As far as GPS and radios, I've got two King 250s. And I'm thinking here in a little bit, I will get some light in there and we'll go in and sit in the cockpit and take a look at things. So, how long to cross country US in that? Days. Um, I've not done it. That's one of those things that's kind of like a bucket list thing. So, um, it would be awesome to do something like that. Really, I would love to. But I'm just now, even after being a pilot now for a little over 2 years, I'm just now really starting to stretch my legs. If you get on my channel and you saw the last major video I did, wife and I went out and grabbed lunch, something like that. It's about the farthest I've been, about an hour away. Um, I really want to do some longer cross countries in it. Um, yeah, that would be a big jump going across the USA. Anyhow, let's see what else I got here to talk about. I made talking points. Anyways, so what got me into flying? Uh, I've always thought flying was cool growing up as a kid. I built model airplanes and Estes rockets that you launch and recover. I had always wanted, when I was younger, to get into remote controlled airplanes, but that was an expensive hobby at the time. Um, and I ended up going to a military school. In fact, back another video, trip down to Camden. My son and I flew down there because the Camden runway is right beside the Camden Military Academy that I attended. In my barracks window, in my bedroom where I slept at night, I had a window with a desk, and I looked out over the runway, and I'd watch planes coming in and out all the time when sitting there doing homework, and that's when I really thought, man, I kind of like to do that. And fast forward many years later, um, and that dream is actually able to come true. Uh, Another way I got started was actually I started building a flight simulator, and there's only like one or two videos, and they're horrible. If you go back, it's like the very first couple videos I ever posted was this simulator that I was in the process of the time at the time building. It was a two-seater, sit down in it, close the doors simulator. I had three forward monitors and monitors in the dash for instruments and flight yoke and radios and all that. And the wife kind of said, "Why don't you just go ahead and go get your real pilot's license? You're spending so much money on that simulator." Little did she know how much it was really going to cost. Um, but yeah, so I dismantled the flight simulator and got into the real thing. So that's how I got into flight simming. Um, let's see, what else? What other topics do I got to talk about? Please, if you got any questions, please ask. Um, let's see, where and how long did it take me to get my private pilot's license? I did my private pilot's training. I actually started at this airport for my first few flights, but with just one instructor that had another job and our schedules between his work schedule and mine at the time, I was getting one flight less than a month, and you can't learn anything like that. You got to be going. Did I go to Oshkosh? No, no. I definitely want to go to Oshkosh. Um, that would be an amazing. That's one of my bucket list things, but I don't know if I want to fly in there. That's a rough one. But anyways, so yeah, I did my training up at PTI Greensboro, Piedmont International Airport. Um, because of our schedule down here not jiving and just not getting frequent training enough, I went up there and started taking a minimum of one lesson a week. I was trying to get 2 to 3 a week in. Plus, I felt it was good to to be trained in controlled airspace, dealing with air traffic control, flying in airspace where the big boys fly, dealing with that. I don't want to be scared of didn't want to be scared of going into those places. So I did all my training up there, and while probably about halfway through my training, I saw Papa Foxtrot. It was actually a school plane that it was not moving, and I can understand why. There was, she doesn't carry that much, and when you when you pack on a little extra weight, it's hard to get an instructor and that student in it. Um, so it really, wasn't making them that much money. So that's how I lucked up on that. So yeah, I did my training up at PTI International Airport. I wish I could find the video. I have a quick snippet somewhere, holding short to take off, and Air Force One comes in and lands on the long runway, and actually did a touch and go. They'll come down and do practice at PTI. But I had on video Air Force One coming in, doing a touch and go right in front of me, and taking off. That was pretty cool. So let's see what else we got. What made me decide to buy Papa Foxtrot here? Well, like I said, I saw it. It was a school plane. I asked the owner, if he was interested in selling it. He let me know he was. And at the time, man, I was spending a boatload on aircraft rental, the cost of the instructor, um, the rental covered fuel, but that was still doing 2 to 3 a week of 2 hour blocks. So trying to get 6 hours in a week, it was getting pricey. And I knew that once I got my pilot's license, I didn't want to stop flying. Um, yeah, I knew that if I was going to rent, the cost of renting is, I'd be going and renting maybe once a month, twice a month, and not flying that often. And everything just started to work and look good. So by buying this plane, I was able to save myself some money in my training and have something when I got done. So yeah, that's what made me buy Papa Foxtrot. So, anyways, I've seen the number of people in and out fluctuate here and there. So, anybody that's new, I just want to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're just kind of hanging out in the hangar, talking about different things, aviation, talking about Papa Foxtrot, a little about my background in getting into aviation, and got some other topics here to talk about. So, again, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks, everybody, for the thumbs up. Um, If you're not subscribed to the channel, please head over. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And before the stream is over, I got some interesting news to share with you guys, so don't let me forget to do that. So anyways, let's move on to the next topic that I got. Any future training I'd like to get done? Definitely, I'd like to, but let's get into why I haven't so far. So now I've been a pilot. I've been a certified pilot now for just over 2 years, and I haven't pursued anything since then. And the main reason is this is a VFR aircraft. Yeah, I don't have the instruments in there to do the instrument training. And back to what we were just talking about, the reason I bought the plane is because cost of renting is just so outrageous. The idea of renting an aircraft to do training in, when I have this one sitting here, I just can't justify doing. So the other option is to add the instruments into it that I need to do the instrument rating. Knowing that everything with aviation or aircraft is just outrageously expensive, I really haven't researched too much into what it would cost, just because I know it's going to be in the thousands to do that. And it's just not something I'm ready to do yet. And, would I fly this thing into the clouds if I was instrument rated? No. that rating's there just would be there just for a safety thing. But like I kind of say, if you're even if you're instrument rated and flying VFR and you get into something where you need that instrument rating, well then you did poor flight planning to begin with. But anyways, yeah, I'd love to get my instrument rating. I wouldn't mind getting my single engine commercial, just so that I could do something to make some money with the actual flying. You know, hauling stuff, uh, whatever, taking a little odd jobs, to surveying, stuff like that. But I just can't justify the cost. Um, let's see, the commercial, the instrument. So upgrades to Papa Foxtrot. Well, I guess that would be one if I did it. Um, so I tell you what, bear with me a minute or two. I'm gonna move a light into the cockpit, and we'll move in there, take a look at the dash, and talk a little bit about inside, about what, let you see what instruments she does have, and that. So hang tight here. Plus, I'm gonna get a sip of water. I hope everybody's enjoying this so far. I'm having a blast. And Well, before that, why don't we do a quick little kind of walk around the hangar a little bit? Uh, so I, um, but I do have neighbors line up down the way. My neighbor right next to me is gone at the time right now. So, but yeah, this is the hangar. Um, let's see, hangar 9, and I spent. Let me flip the camera here. I spent about a year out on the tie downs before getting this hangar. Um, tie downs are much cheaper. Luckily, this isn't really that bad expensive. It's I pay about 100. I think it's about 125 a month for the hangar rental space, and it keeps me out of the weather. On this side over here, I got a bunch of trees, and that tends to block a lot of the wind. There's the taxiway out there. Um, and then with the hangars back behind over there, it blocks wind coming from that way. So I'm very well protected here. I've come down here during pretty harsh downpours to check on the plane, and stays dry as a bone. I might get a few drops on the spinner, but other than that, yeah, she's definitely protected. So let's see if we can get it in here. Do it without making a mess here. How can I do this? Well, this might work. All right, so I was gonna sit in here, but with trying to do the light is next to impossible. Man, I wish I could turn the phone sideways. Anyway, so this is the interior of Papa Foxtrot. Like I said, it's a VFR only aircraft. Um, I don't have the instruments required for ILS approaches and things like that. My radios, those are the King, was it GNC 250s, the Garmin's. Sorry, I thought they were King 250s. Anyhow, maybe they are. Anyhow, I know how to work them. Very basic. The GPS on these are not up to date. I do fly with my iPad for situational awareness and whatnot, but I trust the iPad and can read it a whole lot better than this right here. But these do function as my radios, my Com 1, Com 2 radio. So I do all my weather on the second one and all my communications on the first one. Um, let's see. Anybody have any questions in here? Well, upgrades. What do I want to upgrade next? I would really love to change the fuel gauges here because they are very inaccurate. I always dip the tanks manually with a dipstick and calculate my fuel that way. And I don't go by those gauges, but what I'd really like is a fuel totalizer. Something that it puts an impeller in the fuel line that measures the fuel going in. So you tell it, hey, I just put in 10 gallons. Um, it knows 10 gallons are in there, and as it flows into the carburetor, it measures how much is taken out, calculates it, and is able to give you a how much time left, a duration left on your fuel based on your throttle setting at the time, and a whole bunch of stuff. So, anyways, we'll flip this camera back around. Maybe it won't be too dark over here for me. All right. Let's get this back set up here. Man, I hate that tripod isn't working. All right, so as far as the upgrades, like I said, I would like to go get the instruments. Fuel totalizer would be awesome. The instrument lighting in that thing is horrible. And there's actually a subscriber, not sure if he's on and watching right now, but Jonathan, if you're on, hey, how you doing? Uh, but he had suggested and sent me a link for this. It's actually a book light. It's a red light, and it clips perfect on my sun visor. And it has 3 different brightness settings to where it projects a great amount of red light onto the dash, so I'm able to see at night with that. But I wouldn't mind having that done to where the lighting is proper and the way it should be. So just not so much an upgrade, more of a repair, I suppose, on that. We did just get done doing the Wheel Aviation Technologies LED light. That actually was really pleased with that one. I didn't go back with an incandescent bulb because, well, they just don't last and they're not that bright. Let's flip the camera. So here's the new bulb, and let's flip it on real quick and give you a look-see. There you go. Not going to leave it on long, but she's good white, bright white light. So yeah, that was definitely a awesome upgrade, and yeah, I hadn't been up at night yet with it, so I'm really looking forward to that. I really could have gone up tonight, but we're here hanging out this evening in the hangar. So I'll get up in the next few days, check it out. Definitely bring you guys along with me to check out that new bulb. So, that's one upgrade. There's some little things, that gentleman, Jonathan, that I was talking to you about. In fact, the video, Making New Friends, where I flew to, it was at Raleigh Executive Jetport, and met up with Jonathan, got to check out his 150, talk with him. He showed me these awesome little rubber things that mount on the door that catch, because right now the whatever's supposed to catch and hold the door open is long worn out, and in the many years it's been around, so it's a new kind of replacement rubber grommet on that thing to better hold the door open. So I plan on getting something like that. That does require an AMP to install because you got to drill out some rivets and things like that. That's where the experimental class is better than than regular certified aircraft, I think, because being able to do little stuff like that. And I understand the rules out there because not everybody's mechanically inclined. But unfortunately, those of us that are not, that are mechanically inclined, have to suffer because we're not allowed to do anything on our own aircraft. We can do that basic maintenance, changing bulbs, changing oil, changing spark plugs, changing tires, um, but much beyond that you can't do. So, anyways, anybody got any other questions? So we're gonna keep going here. I'm gonna pause real quick and pour a cup of coffee. So, you guys bring up something for us to talk about. I got a couple other topics left, but burning through it. We're only a quarter of the way through this live stream. Got 11 people. Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Hangar Hangout. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is just about aviation. And we're just doing a Hangar Hangout right now. I wish I could see who all was on. If you're on, say hey. I know Aaron's on. Right. You like my settle product placement? Yeah, let me set this down while I... Oh man, it's out of picture while I put the lid on. All right. It's a little chilly out here this evening. Nice fall in. Check this out. Check it out. What you think? You like that? You like that? Stick around. I'll show you where to go get one. Anyhow. All righty. All right. 8 people now. 8 people. So, anybody got any decent topics? Anybody who in here else is a pilot? Say hi. We got just a bunch of aviation enthusiasts. Let's go on to my next topic then. Like I said, burning through them. Burning through them. So, one of my not too long ago videos was a video about Papa Foxtrot getting a fogging done. And what that is a corrosion prevention treatment that, aluminum is very corrosive, and this aviation grade aluminum, I'm guessing, is even more corrosive than most. So they're very susceptible to corrosion. So one of the very good things to do is to fog the airframe, and that's done by pumping a corrosion prevention chemical into the airframe and atomizing it into a very fine mist or fog, so that it gets in all the good nooks and crannies. And what we had to do was replace the tip of the wing, or not replace it, but remove it, and with a long pole that has the atomizer down at the end, ran it down through all the ribs and started pumping it and slowly pulling the pole out so that it fogged the whole interior of each wing. And we did that to the fuselage and the tail portion, and the vertical stab and the horizontal stabilizers. Did all of that area just to prevent any corrosion. And from what I've been told, doing something like that, if you live near the coast, you want to probably do it about every 2.5 years. And then if you live where I do, I live in central North Carolina, it's probably good to do that about every 5 years. So, they don't make these 150s anymore, so you want to definitely make sure to do your best to preserve them. It wasn't real expensive, And it didn't really take all that long. It was done in one day. I helped out just to help get to know my aircraft a little better. Um, but and I feel better about how it's going to be throughout its lifespan while I own it. I look at aircraft ownership more as
Davidson County, Cessna 5253, Charlie,
oh,
you're 10
sorry
miles
about
on
that. I
the
had my
highway.
radio on. Aircraft ownership is more of like being a caretaker of a piece of history. So many of these airplanes are so very old. Um, mine's fixing to turn 50. And that's nowhere near the oldest that are out there. There's some, 30s, 40s era planes, and I'm sure some older still out there kicking. And not like a car. They last a lot longer. So anyhow, I kind of lost my own train of thought. Let me go back to my notes here. Um, so yeah, that fogging we did helps prevent any further corrosion formation. Um, there was some little bits, the beginning signs. That's why my mechanic brought it up and said it was definitely a good idea to do it. And that's why I pulled the trigger on it real quick and made sure we took care of it and nip it in the bud. Um, Definitely recommend that. And in that same video that I did about the plane fogging, I put my mechanic's information up. The phone number, I do apologize, was wrong. I've since made a correction in the comments, um, and as soon as I can, on my last video I forgot to do it, but I will post up the correction for his information if you are interested in that sort of thing. Um, which kind of brings me to the importance of doing pre-buy inspections. Um, when I saw this airplane and was interested in buying it and had spoke to the owner and everything, I found a mechanic on my own through talking to other pilots that owned aircraft and seeing who they recommended. But I got an independent mechanic to come and go through the airplane, um, look for any problems. When you're doing something like that, you're paying somebody to find things wrong with the plane. And that can be scary. And, you may find something that pushes you away from buying the plane. But you also got to think of it as you're hiring somebody to find negotiation tools for you. It's something to go back to the table with the person you're buying it from and go, okay, well, my mechanic found you know, A, B, and C wrong. Uh, either, can you either fix this? Kind of like, I guess, kind of like house buying. You know, will they fix this or adjust the price? Um, so always get a pre-buy inspection done because you definitely don't want to buy something that's going to cost you just, you know, thousands later down the road after you own it. So definitely do pre-buys. So let's see what else we got. Come on, people, give me some topics. What you want to talk about? I'm running out of topics, and we're only not even quite halfway done with this. Um, let's talk about involved costs of aircraft ownership because once you buy that thing, that ain't the end of spending by no means. Um, any of y'all got boats? You know, that boat bring on another 1,000. It's kind of that way with airplanes. Um, add another zero on top of what you would add a zero for a boat. But you have insurance. You have to insure these things. It's wise to. If uh, if a tree over there fell on the hangar and took this thing out, if I don't have it insured, then I'm out. What it would cost me to replace it. But it's not like insurance with your car. You buy a brand new car, you insure it, you get into a wreck, and the insurance company doesn't even give you what you owe on it, and then you wishing you had got that gap insurance. Um, or let's just say you had a used car and uh, you got into a wreck and somebody totals it, you're still not going to get what it's going to cost, what you would have to pay to replace that vehicle with it that was at the same level. You're gonna get less money. You're gonna have to buy less of a vehicle. Well, the insurance on the planes is different. I insure it for a replacement value. So, like, I think right now I have this insured for like, I think it's 48,000. So if a tree falls on it, totals it, something happens to it, I let somebody fly it, and they damage it on a hard landing to a point where it'll cost more than it's worth to repair it, well then I get that 48,000, and I can turn around and go buy something. You know, like I said, I didn't pay that for it. Each year when I renew my insurance, we look at the blue book value of it, and I go, okay, well, I'm gonna need this much to replace the plane if something were to happen to it. So, yeah. Uh, so you got that cost, and that's a yearly cost, and it's not like car insurance where you make a monthly payment every month for your insurance. Now you got to pay this upfront all at once. So every year, this cost me right around $1,000, give or take 100 or two. So you got that. That's a constant reoccurring cost. You got hangar cost. We kind of briefly discussed that. I showed you around the hangar. This hangar cost me 125 a month. Um, excuse me. It's the equivalent in this area of renting a decent sized little storage unit. You know, like a 10 by 12 storage unit or something. Uh, Hangar costs do vary based on what type of airport you're at. I'm at a smaller town regional airport. Not a bad airport. Nice, 5,200 foot paved runway, 100 foot wide. Nice, brand new. Maybe we'll walk out there later and check them out. They just recently redid all the taxi and runway lights with LEDs. Nice FBO, and I think they have a courtesy car for transients that come in. But anyways, so you got that cost. Tie downs, if you're not in a hangar, those are so much cheaper. I think I was paying like 25, $35 a month for the tie downs, but you're out there in the elements. It hails, you're taking some damage. There was a couple times in that year I was out there that I had to ask if there was any hangar space because I knew a storm was coming, and I, luckily was able to pull it in somewhere. Maybe somebody was out, kind of like my neighbor, out somewhere, and I was able to slip it in the hangar during the storm, and then come back after the storm and put it back on the tie downs. So, anyways, there's that cost. Then there is the annual inspections. Every year, this is private use, private aircraft, not rentals or commercials or commercial aircraft or things like that, but private use, private aircraft, every 12 calendar months must have a annual inspection where the mechanic comes through, and you may see a video or two before where I show some stuff about it, but we pull inspection panels, we pull the seats, the carpet, inspection panels up underneath that, we pull the cowling over the engine, we check compression on the cylinders, we check the timing, we check Wheel bearings, we check everything on it. So every year that has to be done. On average, that's close to $1,000 if nothing's wrong and you don't need parts. Um, One of my previous ones, it was about a $800 or $900 annual. I helped out. I did an owner assist. That always helps keep the cost down. But I had to replace a muffler or a whole exhaust and muffler on one side because it had holes in it, and it's the side that provided heat in the cabin. And you don't want carbon monoxide getting in the heating system while you're up there flying. You get stupid and die that way. Um, but that was an additional $800 just for the muffler. And my mechanic, he's such an awesome dude. I don't think he even charged me for putting it on, but it wasn't that big of an install right there, and it was only a couple bolts. But you know, um, so annuals can go, base price, the inspection. You're looking with this particular this airplane. Each plane's different. 800 to $1,000. Then I had another 18. So that one will just say it was like 1700 $1,700 that year. So yeah, you got that cost. Then anytime you want to use it, that fuel, and $6 to $8 a gallon. She holds 22 gallons. Um, so you're filling up. You're looking $100 or so. So those are the costs involved. But man, I tell you, it's worth it. It is so worth it. Just when you get up there and just enjoy the view, and I still get up there and think to myself, wow, I can't believe I get to do this. I mean, I'm thankful. Anyhow, next topic. Next topic. I'm running out of topics, people. Ah, so we're showing 8 people. I've seen it fluctuate, so we maybe have some new and some old. If you're new and only been here for a little bit, welcome. It's the Just About Aviation Hangar Hangout live stream. And we're just hanging out, kind of BSing in the hangar. If you got any questions, please put them in the comments. Any questions about Papa Foxtrot? I'd be glad to answer any of them. Any questions about becoming a private pilot, my experience in that, or how you may go about doing it, yeah, put a question in the comment. I'd definitely love to answer it. I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee for a second. Let y'all get another view of that purdy cup. That purdy cup. You like that? Yeah, I do too. Like I said, here in a little bit, I'll show you how to get one. Did I not take I washed this thing and the sticker's still on there. I forgot to take the sticker off. It's new. It's been washed. There we go. Now you can see that it's made in China. All right, let's see here. So as far as the channel here recently, I just looked and we were at around 905 subscribers. Holy cow. That blows my mind, people. Thank you so much. I do definitely appreciate every single one of y'all. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Join me on Adventures Up in the Air. I don't normally do the live streams. Although I may start doing this like maybe once a month. That's something we can talk about. Let's talk about the live streams. So I'm going to try to get a little bit better at this. the whole vertical thing is really bugging me. I really want it TV style, not phone style. But I'm gonna try to do these maybe once a month. And next month, I've got to talk to the guy, so it's not for sure yet. But at the Asheboro Airport here, we've got a flight school, and there's a young gentleman that owns the flight school. Really sharp fella. He's a CFI and owns the flight school, and I'm going to see if I can't get him to come and sit in with us, and we'll talk about some stuff like, you know, what are some things you should do to help prepare for your flight review. So if you don't know what that is, once you become a pilot, the training doesn't stop. Every 2 years, you got to go back and do a flight review with a flight instructor, CFI, kind of proving you still know what you're doing up there. So I wish they'd do that on the roads, you know. Anyhow, I just recently had my flight review, and I was going into it as my first one, and I had no idea what to expect. So um, I thought it was going to be more like the check ride with the DPE, the designated pilot examiner. That's an FAA guy. He's the one that he's kind of like the driver's ed guy when you get your license for the first time and you take your driving test, and he's over there all quiet with the notebook scratching stuff, and you're wondering if you're messing up or not. Same exact thing, but there's so much more on the line and you're so much more nervous. Add on top of that, you're a couple thousand feet up in the air. But yeah, I thought it was going to be something more along the lines of that, and to be honest, it felt more like I was going into a flight lesson. Went out, did stalls, some steep turns, and we went in and tried to attempt to land at a short runway. But anyways, so I'm gonna try to get a flight instructor in here next month and have a chat with him. So hopefully that'll be interesting. So, but yeah, as I was saying, we have 905 subscribers, and that is just crazy. I first started this YouTube channel. First started it as a uh, flight simming channel as I was building that flight simulator. And that's actually how I got the name, because I was doing a flight simulator at the time. And it wasn't real aviation. It was close. It was pretending to be aviation. It wasn't quite aviation. It was just about aviation. That was how just about aviation got its name. And the fact that now all I do is videos relating to aviation. I'm just about aviation. So I figure I'd keep the name. So yeah. Anyways, when I started though the channel about the flying, um, I didn't I didn't start out thinking, oh, I'm going to throw this GoPro in here and start a YouTube channel. What I was noticing after my first couple flights is that shock and just kind of disbelief of being up in the air and controlling an airplane, and you know, the overwhelmed sensory overload feeling. The instructor's talking, and I was probably responding correctly and all that, but by the time I got on the ground, I had no clue what he had said to me. So retaining the information that was given to me in the air was difficult. So I figured, let's throw some GoPros in there, let's record it, and that way I can at least go back, review, and hear what he said to me, see what I was doing, where I messed up, or what I did right. And after editing all that down to something that I could watch, because I was putting a couple cameras in, plus, I started off with the cable to hear the audio, otherwise I wouldn't be able to hear what the instructor was saying. I thought, wow, well, this is interesting to watch, I think. So I threw it up on YouTube, and yeah, 4 years later now, here we are, 905 subscribers. So thank you to all 905 of you and any others. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Help grow the YouTube channel. Um, yeah. So, well, my last topic, here we are, just now topping the first hour of a scheduled 2 hour live stream. Maybe I was a little too ambitious in thinking we would go for 2 hours. But my last topic is that I'd like to announce that I have started a website for the YouTube channel. Right now, it's still under construction. Um, but let me talk a little bit about why I did this. Um, I don't make money from YouTube. Um, I don't get it. I don't have enough followers. I don't get enough watch hours and all that to meet their criteria. Um, but at the same time, I love making the videos. I really enjoy doing it. I love interacting and uh, seeing what you guys like and whatnot. Uh, so I thought, a good way to maybe help raise money for the YouTube channel, because honestly, I'd like to get some better cameras, some better lighting. I'd like to get a gimbal, because in the videos where I'm walking around with the camera, I mean, you can see this. All these just little things. I'd like to. I want to help grow to the channel. So, in efforts to do that, I've launched this launched the website, justaboutaviation.com, and it's still under construction, although it is active, and you can check it out now. And that's again www.justaboutaviation.com. And I would post a link or put it up on the screen, but I can't do that live. But there you can check out some of the, well, we'll be able to check out some of the behind the scenes photos and maybe some small videos here and there that I don't post on YouTube. I've also, excuse me, I've also got a store page where I'm going to sell some just basic merch, again, to try to help raise some money for just little things for making the channel better, maybe a new camera eventually, a gimbal, maybe an exterior mic, but yeah. So I've started the the website. I keep saying YouTube channel, and again, that's justaboutaviation.com. So they're able to purchase. Let me get this out of the way. Right now, I've only got two products, and that's these. And these are aviator window decals for vehicles. These are vinyl decals. I've had one on my truck now for about 2 years testing to make sure that it's gonna last. And heck, let's walk out there right now and see. Oh, we got some headlights out here. Maybe that'll help. Walk out here and see. There she is. And that is 2 years of being on my truck. And it looks just like the day I put it on there. So, walk back in here. Anyways, so that's these. That's the window vinyl decals. I think I got those up there for about $4. And then the mugs with the aviator decal on there. And I think I got those on the website for $10. And yeah. So I'll have other things. Like I said, this one's coming soon. I made this one and it just didn't turn out right. I'm going to have to get those professionally made. It's just so detailed and intricate. Uh, my old eyes just, yeah. Anyways, so these will be coming soon, as well as shirts and some sweatshirts with the logo. So, you guys are interested in anything like that, please give the website a visit. Scroll down to the store page, click that, it'll take you over to the store, and then you'll see those two items for sale. So, yeah, everything that all proceeds from it are go 100% to the channel to try to make the channel better. Like I said, maybe a new camera eventually, a gimbal, a better microphone, and just stuff to make the channel a bit better. So let's see. Oh, people. Oh, I apologize there. Have people been? No, nobody's been commenting. So, has anybody got any questions? You guys want to take a walk around the plane or something like that? All right, let's take a walk around. All right, again, we're hanging out in the hangar. Yeah, looking at that last comment, I do wish I went to Oshkosh. The world's most busy airport in the world for 1 week. So again, this is 594 Papa Foxtrot. She's a 1975 Cessna 150 Model M. I still got that light in there. It's glowing. Actually, it looks pretty cool. She's a small plane, but I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, every little bump I can feel, but I joke that I can feel a bird fart in front of me in this thing. That's close to being accurate. Anybody got any questions about it? She has a Lycoming 0200 four-cylinder, opposed four-cylinder engine, and that produces, say, 100 horsepower, but I am sure that's what it was when it was brand new. So I would say just under 100 horsepower, which doesn't sound like a lot. I guess really isn't, but it's enough to get me and a passenger up there and cruise at about 90 to 1. That is an interesting thing, and we'll go back here real quick. A lot of aircraft, the speedometer is measured in focus. Come on. The speedometer is in knots. This is in miles per hour. So yeah, I cruise right around 100. Now that's airspeed. That's not ground speed. That depends on the winds. But yeah, definitely got a lot of baggage area in the back. And where's my autopilot? Let's go get my autopilot. Where is it? Over here in my usually Otto hangs out in the cockpit. This is Otto. He is my autopilot. So Anyways, we walk out to the taxiway. Go check out those neat LED taxi lights. Product placement. One more sip. All right, let's walk out here. I hope everybody's having a awesome Saturday night. I'm at the airport, so you know I am having an awesome night. Why does it go all fuzzy in the dark? I shouldn't be out of focus in the dark. Just dark. See these LED lights behind me? Well, beside me, in front of me, side me. Whatever. Oh, I wish it was. Maybe we can see it. I'm gonna walk over here. So, I'm not sure if you saw in one of my shorts, there was an airplane that had a wheel up landing and skidded off the runway, and yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Actually, let me get my flashlight so we can see this thing. But anyways, this airplane is still here. This thing had like 6 or 7 passengers on it. I was in the hangar hanging out. I was just coming outside of the hangar, walking around to where my truck is, when I heard like the screech of tires, and I came around the corner just in time to see the airplane sliding off the runway and into the grass on the other side of the runway out there. And I go running up to it, and the 6 or 7 passengers were coming out. Oh, and mind you, this was about 2 days before the Trump rally here at this airport. And this place was crawling with Secret Service. So, and at the same time, I was preparing my plane and getting things ready for the fogging. I was taking all the parts off. Anyhow, I'll circle back to that in a minute, because this is a funny story. So I go running out there to make sure everybody's okay, and the people are coming out. The pilot kind of staggers out. I can tell he was just kind of stunned. Couldn't believe that he trashed this plane. And this thing is a King Air 350, twin engine, multi-million dollar aircraft. And sorry, I thought I heard something over there. And anyways, so I'm out there with the people and seeing that everybody's okay. First one on the scene, and let's flip this so you can see it. And while I'm out there talking to the pilot and stuff, this guy in khaki pants and black polo shirt and a badge on his hip comes running up, pulls his badge off, flashes it at me, and says, "Secret Service." Yeah, and I just thought that was wild. I've never had somebody come up, "Secret Service." But anyways, so this was the result. It just curled the propeller. This is one of them. It's a twin engine, like I said, King Air 350. And this is the other one. This one ran for a second or two while on the ground and dug a thick old trench, and deep, because its wheels were up at the time. It was laying on its belly, and yeah, it trashed the engines. The engines are no good, because when those blades come to a quick stop like that, all the momentum of the pistons and stuff on the crank, it's just going to tweak the hell out of it. So, you got this tearing right here and a bunch of dirt and stuff like that. But for the most part, airframe wise, it's not bad. But the engines are like $1.2 million a piece. So this thing is totaled, and it's been sitting here ever since. I really don't want to get the tail number and stuff in the video, but anyways, yeah. So that's interesting. Let's continue to walk out here. So yeah, like I said, this airport just recently redid all of its uh, runway lighting. I think they're LED. Definitely beautiful. Really, really nice to see coming in. Come around this way. Now this is the taxiway. The blue area is the taxiway, and then the white area over there is the runway. And as you see, it kind of gets red. Can I zoom? Can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom. Okay. See how they get yellow and then red down there at the end? I mean, the end is red, but see, well, you can't really see the difference. Okay, maybe you can. See, whitish, white, white, and they kind of start getting yellow. And then down there further, they get more of a red tone. And that's kind of lets you know you're getting towards the end of the runway. But definitely real pretty. Boy, that zoom is very sensitive. Yeah, that's no good. So yeah, we'll walk back down to my hangar down there. So yeah, that's that plane sliding off the runway. That was I feel so bad for that pilot because he's gonna have that on his record now. And I mean, he was a professional pilot flying for a living, and you get something like that on your record, and your insurance is just, oh, yeah, I feel so bad for him. And it's a simple mistake, I'm sure, as we got so much going on, especially with that complex of an airplane. You know, there's a reason why you follow checklists. Definitely. Check it out. You see it up there, the rotating beacon. Where is it? There it is. We'll get back in here to some light. It is definitely chilly tonight. Whew. Maybe time for another cup of coffee. It's cold. A little bit warmer here in the hangar. Let's place that yes, right there. So, has anybody got any questions for me? Any comments? Again, if you're just joining the live stream, welcome. Or if you've just joined recently, welcome. This is the Just About Aviation Hangar Hangout, where we're hanging out in the hangar of 594 Papa Foxtrot, just kind of BSing a little bit about anything aviation related and enjoying some coffee in an awesome looking coffee mug. And if you don't like this one, I've also got this kind. Just go on over to the justaboutaviation.com website, scroll down to that shop button, and help support the channel. Do me a favor, go and definitely check out the descriptions. I thought they were funny. Ooh, that's some hot coffee. So, is everybody sufficiently stuffed with the Halloween candy and ready to start preparing to stuff yourself with turkey? Yeah, I am. I'm ready to get all the holidays done, over with, and back into spring weather. That's what I'm ready for. It's cold. It's chilly. I don't like it. Airplane likes it, but I don't like it. So again, if you're just joining us, welcome. This is the Just About Aviation Hangar Hangout, where we're hanging out in the hangar with 594 Papa Foxtrot. Just kind of BSing about everything aviation. If you got any questions, please comment below. If you're just joining us, please say hi in the comments. I think I'm getting comments. I hate this. Check my iPad here and see. Just make sure I'm that you guys see. Oh, that you see what I see. How come? It says waiting for just. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. Now let me make sure the volume's down so I don't have some feedback. And okay, yeah, I apologize. I've not been seeing all the comments. Okay, so let me set this back up and I will start going through the comments and answering questions. I do apologize. I told you guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just learning. I'm just now learning how to do this stuff. So, get the chair and go through these comments. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, do I fly? I own it. Spencer reacts. Moderator plate, please. Macy says hi. Let's see. Big Tito was here. Well, I don't like his comment. Spencer reacts. Moderator, please. How fast does it go? She goes about 100. I had answered. Let's see. I thought it's in millions. Is your first plane? Yes, it's my first plane. Sorry, I'm going through comments here. I'm trying to get caught up. I didn't realize I was missing a bunch. One Dog Geek. Hey, One Dog Geek, if you're still here, hey, buddy, I hope you're doing well. And if you are watching this and you do like aviation content, definitely go over, check out One Dull Geek and his YouTube channel. He flies in the same general area. He's down in the Concord area. He had a Cherokee 140, and I'm not exactly sure what he's flying now, but yeah. Hey, man, I apologize. I didn't see your comment uh, when you first came on. And heck, he's saying his plane will be 60 next year. I told you, these things are old, but that doesn't mean that they're not good. Uh, when do I get a ride? Hey, man, we seriously need to coordinate. Get you up here. Both of us do a flight together. Um, when was my first time flying? Savannah asks. For some reason, I think I know this person, Savannah. First time flying. Wow. I took a discovery flight. Gosh, it was probably back around 2000, in 1999, 2000. My wife got me for my birthday or something like that, a discovery flight. And, I got the books and stuff like that and started to study, and then just life got in the way, and I wasn't able to pursue it. So, again, fast forward another couple decades, and I finally got to it. Man, all I got to say is if you got a dream, pursue it, because you never know. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Anyways, let's continue on. Where do I plan on going next? Crazy Potato asks. That's a good question. So I've been talking a lot with the wife because she's been flying with me a good bit here lately about where she would like to go, and my first thought is, oh, let's go to this. Let's go up to Hickory. I'll show you the aviation museum, or let's fly down and go to a fly-in. But I got to remember that she's not as much of an aviation geek as I am, and it'd be better to try to plan places to go that she would enjoy the destination. I get the fun of flying there and back. She needs to get the enjoyment of making sure she enjoys the destination. So we're talking about it. We talked about maybe Danville. We want something within about an hour. Um, until I'm more comfortable and
Sorry,
stuff.
I don't understand.
Wow. Okay. I didn't cue that up. Until I'm more comfortable and she's more comfortable and we're good at working as a team, I want the distance we to go to be, you know, short. Um, that way, if weather were to start get bad, we're not far from home. Next question. Man, I hate that I didn't see this. How long did it take to get comfortable with radio calls? The person asking this question. Thank you. Thank you for the topic. Um, Radio calls sometimes can still be uncomfortable. Uh, but this was another reason why I went and wanted to get my training done in a controlled airspace, Class C airspace. Um, Thank you so much to my wife because what I did was I set up 3x5 cards and kind of like a play, it had roles or scripts. Um, and I had what air traffic control would say, and then I would need to respond properly. So my wife would play air traffic control. We would set the scenario up as me getting ready to take off and leave, and you know, from start up and taxi, and request taxi and take off clearance and stuff. And by doing the cards and the playing the back and forth, that helped out tremendously. I looked into some of those apps and things like that, and to be honest, if you got somebody that's just willing to spend a little bit of time with you and read some cards and play the part of ATC, it can become natural pretty quick. So, it. I, Once I started doing that, to answer the question, I guess it was within a week or two of working with the cards. I was feeling more confident, not necessarily comfortable, but more confident. So, um, oh, okay, what happened? Where'd my comments go? I lost all the comments. There they are. Let's see. Any other questions? I think I'm caught up on the questions. So, oh, I can full screen it. See, I told you guys I'm learning. I'm learning. I am learning. All right, again, so I see the number of viewers bouncing around. So, again, I'll quickly introduce myself. We got about another 30, 35 minutes of the live stream left. I'm Frank with Just About Aviation, and this behind me is 594 Papa Foxtrot, my Cessna 150. She's a 1975 Cessna 150 Model M that I have here in my hangar. We're just kind of doing a hangar hangout live stream here, just talking about everything aviation. If you got any questions, definitely put them in the comments, and we'll try to get to them. Okay, here's another good question. How many people are on the radio at once? There are way too many people on the radio at once. I mean, not at all the time. It's a little bit a hard one to explain because there's common traffic advisories, then there's specific channels for specific airports. Um, this airport is a non-controlled airport, so there's nobody in a tower telling somebody they're cleared to land or cleared to take off. Um, what you do here at this airport is um, you announce your intentions, or what you're doing. Like, so if I just started up over here, I would announce that I'm taxiing from the north hangar, open hangars, to whatever runway. Then I'd announce that I'm taking off. Or if I'm coming in, I'd announce where I'm at in relation to the pattern, or where in the pattern I'm at. So, sorry about the notifications on my phone. Hopefully, whoever's texting will stop. Um, but anyways, so I apologize, that distracted me. So if you, with these non-controlled towers, if somebody's talking, somebody else keys up. Sometimes that's when you hear that really awful sound on my videos, that of the radio. That's two people trying to talk at once. That's called stepping on somebody, and it's horrible, but it happens. And also, unfortunately, other airports also use the same frequency. So, there could be an airport 50 miles away that uses the same frequency, and you're hearing them talk as well. So you gotta kind of squeeze your words in where you can. So let's see. Any other comments? Another. Let's see. Let's see. How do you know where other planes are when you're flying? Very good question. Thank you. Um, that's a very good question. So let's look at a couple things here. All right, so it's a law saying if you fly into controlled airspace, you have what's called ADSB out. I apologize, but I cannot tell you for the life of me what ADSB stands for. I probably should be able to tell you that. But what that does is that transmits by this little thing right here. They replaced the red navigation light. It still has a red navigation light, but it now broadcasts out of this antenna. And it's tied into the instruments and stuff. It broadcasts my altitude, my heading. I think it broadcasts my speed and definitely my location. That broadcasts that out. Now, the reason they want that, if you're flying in controlled airspace, is they want to know and be able to see easily where you're at. Makes sense. Drawback is if you don't ever fly in controlled airspace, this area is not controlled airspace, you don't have to have it. So that means that nobody else can see where you're at. I mean, I take that back. You're still seen on radar. Large airports have radar sweeps, and they're able to see if there's an aircraft in the sky. That information is in turn then broadcast out to programs like ForeFlight, and I know Garmin has their own version of navigation software, but get ready to show you here if I can get to it. Cannot get to it, so I'll keep talking. Anyways, there's navigation software. I'm sure you see in my videos, me always looking up at the iPad. That navigation software is ForeFlight, and that's what I use to, there we go. It's coming up now. That's what I use to navigate. Close this out. So here we are. This is the airport. And I will see, I'll make sure we've got it selected, other traffic. It is nighttime and it's thinking. So, okay, there's some traffic. So you see this, there's one at 29,000 feet. There's one at 20,500. And if you click on them, it gives you more detailed information. They're doing 500 knots. You know that's an airliner. It's definitely not a Cessna 150. But anyway, so this is what I use to navigate. Now that is ADSB information. So I have to receive what is coming out of that thing. So that's ADSB out. That's transmitting. So how do I pick it up with that? Well, that's where the Century, and let me get this thing up. Sorry about the camera, bad camera. Okay, that's where this thing comes in. This is a Century ADSB receiver. This receives the information and this connects to it, puts out the information because you don't always have cell signal. Right now this is hooked up to the Wi-Fi on my phone. So that's how it's getting information. It will also display, see if we can find some weather. It's going to take forever to load because I'm streaming. But anyways, it will give me weather information and radar. There's a little bit of lag in the radar, so you can't trust it 100%, but it gives you an idea of that situational awareness with other aircraft and weather. So yeah, that's how I navigate. Let me go back. Let's see. Yeah, and that's how I know where other airplanes are. And that's how they know where I am. And like I said, not everybody has to have it. And that's the scary part. You get some of these, older generation pilots that have been flying before that technology ever existed. And dude, hats off to those guys. People that flew before iPads. I mean, I still carry a paper chart in my flight bag because batteries die. But imagine hurling down the highway in like an old 1970s VW Bug and then trying to unfold a paper map and while maintaining the vehicle straight down the road and figure out where you're at. That's the kind of the same feeling you got in that thing. Trying to manipulate a map. Using an iPad is so much better, and I will not fly without one. So again, hats off to the old timers that flew before that technology. Y'all are the true pilots. So anyhow, let's go back over here to the comments. We're coming up on about 25 more minutes until it's over. Where did Papa Foxtrot come from? Okay, well, the tail number. So when you're making the call to air traffic control or common traffic advisory, you got to say who you are. So I am Cessna, and you got to use the phonetic out the nomenclature for the alphabet, right? So N is November, P is Papa, and F is Foxtrot. So I am Cessna November 594 Papa Foxtrot. So Papa Foxtrot. That's her nickname. Her actual name is Shirley. I love the airplane movies. And Shirley, you can't be serious. I bought a freaking airplane. So, and hence the autopilot pillow. So yeah, her name is actually Shirley, but her nickname is Papa Foxtrot. Kind of conflicting ideas there. One's a guy's name, one's a girl's name. Let's see. All right, we got 5 people. It's an awesome coffee mug. You can get one. Well, actually, that one's coming soon. Awesome coffee mug. You can get one now at justaboutaviation.com. I'm sorry. I'm trying to have fun with this. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm enjoying it. Give me any more questions, comments, anything you got, anything aviation related, that is. I wonder, I don't know why I'm not getting chats. On my phone. I'm having to look down here. Let's see. Yeah, let's do a walk around. So before every flight, you got to do a walk around. So let's do a walk around on a 150. All right. So first, I would come in here, and I will take. This is going to be hard to do one-handed. This thing here is a gusset lock. All right, that keeps the flight yoke from doing anything. Control surfaces can't flap if there's wind or anything like that. So you got to take this out to inspect things. So I'll take that out. Usually I'll put this in the flap on the back of the seat, but for now I'm just going to set it down here. All right, we're going to do our lights check. So turn on the power. Make sure that the nav switch is on, which I leave on, and my beacon switch, which is right there, that's on. And we saw earlier, but I'll do it again. Landing light functions. All right, let's go check our lights. So we got our red nav light. Oh, that's bright. That's why I want LED all around. That's another upgrade I want to do. I want to do full LED upgrades. All right, we got our beacon light. That's flashing. We got the tail light. That one's functional. Come around here. And we got the green nav light. That one's working. So all of our lighting is operational. Come back in here and go ahead and kill our power because it's spinning up gyros and stuff. All right. So next up I would do is, let me get the flashlight. I said, oh, it's in my back pocket. All right. So I would come over here and we'd check the oil. All right, there's the oil cap. We'd pull that out. I'm not going to do it now. And check the oil level. Give an inspection down in here just to make sure we don't see any oil leaking or anything that stands out as being an issue. So everything appears to be good. That's the battery box there. There's the back of the right side muffler. We would check the oil. We would get up on top of the wings and check the fuel. I'm not pulling out the ladder and checking all that. We're not cranking it up. And then I come around, also check the fuel in that tank, separate tanks. And I start here, checking the spinner, checking the propeller, making sure there's no nicks or dings. Make sure you not pick up a rock or something like that, any chips or nicks. Come down, check your landing light. That's your air filter. Make sure that looks good. Coming on down, checking your landing strut, making sure all the castle nuts and any cotter keys and stuff that are supposed to be in there are in there. All right, and you look, there's one on your wheel. Checking your tire. It's about time for a new tire. All right. Now we pull these out and check up inside. Make sure no birds have made a nest or anything like that. And we come around, checking the static port, making sure that's clear. If that gets clogged up, it's going to throw off some of the gauges inside. So you always got to make sure that's clear. Make sure no bug has made some little nest or something up in there. All right, so from here, checking my leading edge, make sure everything looks good. That's where air goes in and then comes out, the vent inside. I'd pull off the pitot cover, and this is how the aircraft tells how fast it's going. Air that gets rammed into here sends that information down to the speedometer and tells me how fast the air is going over the wings. I continue checking the leading edge. It's your stall horn. When you reach a critical angle of attack and that wind is coming across the leading edge of the wing at an angle that would cause you to stall, this will cause a whistle and warn you of a stall, an impending stall. So I'd come around, continuing to check the wing, where we come around to the flap. And this is where we check up in here. Now, this is going to be hard to hold a flashlight, and I get my hat light. All right, there we go, that's better. So we're looking up here at those joints. It's hard to see if I can get the light, and it's not focusing. But there's that piano hinge in there, and you want to make sure it's got the cotter keys and wires. And you come up, that bar right there, that's the control rod for this control surface. And I can't get my finger up in there and hold it up at the same time, but you want to wiggle that and make sure it moves the way it should. And then we come down. Usually I drop the flaps so I can check all the linkage and stuff here in the flaps. I didn't drop we can drop them. Come on, let's drop them. We're going to do it right? Come over here, flaps. Dropping the flaps. All right, so from here you can get a little better look at, focus. Up in here, it is so hard to see. There's a little roller bearing. You just want to make sure everything's in the track. Same with up there, there's another little roller bearing. We'll make sure that's in the track. You can check the same on the other side, and I just unplugged that light. I plug that back up because that was very helpful. And I can turn off my power. And I didn't check see how that kind of wiggles a little bit there? That's supposed to be like that. That's how the one on the aileron's supposed to be. I just couldn't get my hand in there. Checking it on the back side, checking all your linkages, making sure everything's okay. At the same time, checking your antennas. I'll take a look down at my brake pads, make sure they're good. My tire, make sure my bearing looks good. This tire needs a little air. I'll take a peek under the belly, make sure there's nothing abnormal. Check the antenna, look back at the vertical stab. When I come over here, I always give this a good little lift and push, make sure nothing feels loose. In here, I check there's a little counterweight right here. And what that does on this control surface is when you're flying, it helps make the controls feel more smooth and balanced. And yeah, at least that's what I think it does. I'm not a mechanic. Anyways. So we come back here, we check. I showed you earlier what gives this thing the spin training capabilities from what I understand. I'm not doing spins in it, but are these stoppers right here and down here. But you want to check these wires and cotter keys and make sure they're all good. Same up here in the wing, for the rudder, checking these. I know you can't see them because of the lighting. You check the same on the other side. Again, just checking to see if anything missing. Make sure everything's in the right place. Nothing's backing out. Because you can't pull over on the side of the road. Oh no, I got 10% battery. I'll have to plug up here in a minute. We only got about 15 more minutes till the stream's done and everything. Anyways, coming down this side, we check the same stuff on the other side. Wheel, the flap, the aileron, the wingtip, the leading edge, the tire brakes. Anyways, that's the gist of a pre-flight. Just as a disclaimer, this is not instruction, just intended as entertainment. Anyhow, so that's the basics of a pre-flight walk around that I do before every flight. And never miss it. If you shut that thing down, go around, go have lunch, and come back, you do a pre-flight. You'll make sure nothing's broke when you were flying it last. That landing light. Did my pre-flight. That landing light was working. I came in for my last landing, and it wasn't working. So things do break as you're flying. Oh, look at that! Look at that pretty coffee cup. Look at that pretty coffee cup. That coffee cup. You like that coffee cup? You can go to justaboutaviation.com and get one for yourself soon. This one's coming soon. Again, this one, get yours now. It's on the website, just $10, and help support the Just About Aviation YouTube channel, or get your window sticker, Aviator. Had one on my truck for 2 years, and it looks just like the same day I put it on there. I think those are $4. Again, at justaboutaviation.com, the new website. I appreciate you guys joining me this evening. We got 10 people in here. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's the Just About Aviation channel, and we're doing a hangar hangout talk while we're hanging out in the hangar and just talking about things aviation. Let me go back to the chat. I tell you, you guys keep watching, and we don't have to stop at the strike of 8 o'clock. So life is good. Says love your content. By the way, sir, thank you very much. Useful load. On this particular one, it's only 505 pounds, and that includes fuel. And at 6 pounds per gallon, yeah, you got to watch what you eat, especially if you want to take a passenger. So, different year models, even some of the same year models, may have a little bit varying useful load. Of course, if you're asking what useful load is, more than likely you're a pilot already and already understand that. But for those that don't understand, the useful load for an airplane, what that is kind of what I was saying. What can it carry? That's fuel and passengers, not counting unusable fuel and oil, useful load also counts unusable. But anyways, so Jonathan, the gentleman that I met down at Raleigh Executive Airport, has a 1966, I think, Cessna 150, and I think he's got like a 535 pound or something like that useful load. He can carry 30 pounds more than I can. And what changes that is year models change the weight, and what avionics and things are in the aircraft also change the weight. So these airplanes, max gross weight of 1,600 pounds. That's not a lot, So pretty much what they're saying is you can't. It's safe to load these things up to 1,600 pounds. Anything above 1,600 pounds, you're in the danger zone. So, yeah, you gotta, like I said, watch what you eat if you are piloting 150. Go back to the comments. No other comments. All right. Um, again, before we start wrapping things up, unless you guys want to keep going, I'll leave it up to you. I want to thank everybody. As I said before, last I checked, we were up to about like 905 subscribers, and that just blows my mind. I never thought for a second when I first started this that I'd end up getting this many followers for the channel. I definitely appreciate every single one of y'all. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what he means by that. But anyways, I appreciate every single one of y'all. You guys are the reason I do this. I enjoy flying. I enjoy sharing flying almost as much. So to take you guys along with me is a treat. The fact that I have this many people following the videos that I make it's amazing. I love it. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm gonna bring up the website again, only because, like I said before, I don't make money off of YouTube. I don't meet the requirements. I'm not that interesting enough yet. Probably never will be. But so I started the YouTube channel, and right now the YouTube channel, the website. I keep doing that. I started the website just as an effort to help maybe raise just a little bit of money for the channel to help maybe upgrade cameras, upgrade equipment, only so that I can bring better content to you guys. So if you feel like it, head on over to the Just About Aviation website. That's www.justaboutaviation.com, and check out the store. We got, like I said, we got the window decals. We got coffee mugs, and this coffee mug is coming soon, and coming soon will be t-shirts and sweatshirts. So, and that's just, again, an effort to help raise some money to help better the channel. Again, I appreciate every single one of y'all. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. As I said before, next month I'm going to try to do another live stream. I'm going to try to get a flight instructor on so we can sit down and have a neat conversation, maybe a little more informative to you guys. I don't really like giving out information that may be construed as instruction, because I am not an instructor. Nothing I say on any of my YouTube channel videos is intended for instruction. This is purely for entertainment. I know I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos as I was going through my training, and it helped as a form of motivation to keep me interested and keep me going. Even in those times during my training where I was down and I didn't want to push on. So if that's all that my channel does, mission accomplished. If I can just motivate somebody to go get their pilot's license or keep going when it gets hard. So 910 subscribers, Savannah says. Wow. Awesome. So we're gaining viewers. I appreciate you. So before we wrap things up, has anybody got any more questions, comments, things like that? Anything more you'd like me to talk about? Like I said, I don't have to end this at the stroke of 8 o'clock, but, if I don't want to beat a dead horse here either. So, do another little walk around here before we wrap things. So let's see, get done here in the next, well, maybe this next week. Of course, that's not editing and getting it out onto the channel. You know, editing. Ooh, that's a job. That's a job right there. Um, for about every video I put out is at minimum one full day's work of editing, and it's probably not that it's that hard of a job. It's just that I suck that bad at it. So, um, I think my last video though, I mean that one was a bit long. That was too long. Nobody really watched too much of it. Um, but it was like a 45-minute video. That took me I think at least 3 8-hour days to edit that video. So, yeah. Um, I don't know why I was talking about that, but anyhow, I need to go back over to the iPad and check any other comments. That was one of those situations you hear something. I'm like the only one here out at the airport. You know, it's like pitch darn black out here, and this hangar makes some weird noises sometimes. In fact, I was out here shooting the video about the landing light LED change. Oh, 3% battery. I was out here doing the video on that, and in the middle of shooting, while talking, I hear something that sounded like a bang on the side of the hangar over there. And yeah, I just kept going. Startled the crap out of me. Let's get this thing plugged up so it don't die. 12 people. Oh my gosh. Well, we're wrapping things up here. How's everybody doing? Let me see if I can get to the comments again on the iPad. And let's see here. No other comments. So again, let's start to wrap things up here. Again, I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me this evening. Even those that didn't hang out the whole time, I appreciate you stopping in. Again, if you're not a subscriber, please head on over, hit that subscribe button. Join me as we continue on this journey through aviation. I'll take you guys around as much as I can. Kind of running out of things to say here. How do radio people do it? Anyways, you get a chance, head over to the Just About Aviation website. I'll be trying to post behind the scene pictures, little video clips. If I'm going to a fly-in or anything like that in the area, I'll post it. I might try to start posting any fly-ins that happen in the Maine, North Carolina area. For others that, I don't know, I may not post that. I mean, there's Facebook pages for that. But definitely if I'm going somewhere, like actually today there was a Toys for Tots fly-in down at the Camden Airport. I think I talked about this earlier. That I was thought about the wife and I going to it, but with the winds, it was gusting pretty good. I didn't think it'd be an enjoyable flight for her or myself, so we ended up not going. But if I'm going to something like that, and I'll post it on the website there. There's the store. If you want to go over and pick yourself up a mug, or if you want to get an aviator window sticker for your vehicle to help support the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. Or maybe you don't want a sticker, you don't want a mug, but you just want to help support the channel. There is a donate button, and anything you feel like donating would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, 100% of it will be going towards the channel to help make better content for you guys. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening. I'm going to try to do it again next month. We'll try to get a CFI in here, and we'll talk about various more instructional type of things. So, again, I thank every single one of y'all. Till next time, y'all fly good. I'll see you. Bye now. Now, how do I end this? I don't know how to end it. Whoops. See ya.